left.
The liberation of mutant kind has begun.
Welcome to the future.
Who's this clown?
Not clown, Joker.
Avengers!
Assemble.
Nobody tampers with the equipment except Tony Stark.
Good idea.
United, the Avengers are strong.
Hawkeye, hands off.
Fool! Have you forgotten my invincible magnetic power?
Not this time, Magneto.
My mutant brain senses danger.
Something unseen is slowly spreading its poisons, edging tempers.
Think carefully before you do this.
You filthy criminals.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh my.
I need to work on that sound effect. Anyway, welcome to issue 92 or episode 92, whichever you like or prefer as a descriptor for what we do here on YouTube Live, which is Two Fat Guys Pull Us Live, breaking down this past week's pull. Happy Father's Day. Thank you, Empire. We are two dads.
Aww.
It's weird. It's weird. You know, like, it's like I expect Father's Day gifts now. You know? Like, what'd you get me? Did you give me something crappy or just give me something good? That's really shitty. No.
Oh, that's pretty shitty.
I mean, I got a Snickers bar. I was pretty happy about it.
Come on, you 2-year-old. Give me exactly what I want.
Give me exactly what I want. No, I got a Snickers bar and a couple Pokemon card booster packs from my kiddos, and I was super happy about it. So, yes, happy Father's Day to all. And to anyone that's not a father, happy Father's Day to your dad. It's not personal. Anyway. What did you? What did, I forgot you both had kids. Yeah, we do have kids. Anyway.
Yeah. You got 2 of them.
I got a giant Avengers dad card. That's dope. I got a Spider-Man card today. That's the other thing I got, a really cool Spider-Man card. Anyway, you know the drill. If you're from around here, if you're new here, we need to talk about our show's sponsor, which is Collected Comics and Games. Over here in the DFW area, that is our comic book store here that we go to, and they sponsor our show. It's really nice, and so we like to throw out this little mystery upgrade that they have on their website called BrainyComics.com. You're probably asking, well, what's BrainyComics.com? Well, let me pull this up here. If you go over to BrainyComics.com, which is Collected Comics and Games' other website, where you can buy anything from exclusive and variant cover comics, bundles, bad idea books, new comics, mystery bags, back issues, graphic novels, games, toys, collectibles, and even trading cards. Head over to BrainyComics.com, buy some stuff, but then, and only then when you're done, go to the search bar and type in Two Fat Guys Pull Us, and this will pop up. The Two Fat Guys Pull Us upgrade and premium upgrade. Now, what it is you buy this upgrade. If you do the standard upgrade, it's an $8 buy, and you will get you will get a mystery exclusive cover comic in your whatever you bought in your cart and then mailed to you. If we do the premium, you get 2 for $15. And you're like, well, Jim, what do the covers look like? Well, I can show you. We were there already. Right here on the page, you've got store exclusives and variant covers, and one of these, and amongst many others, can actually be put into your cart when you are done and you put the upgrade in your cart. So check out the variants and exclusive covers and see what's possible to get. You can either buy one or you can take a gamble, do the upgrade, and potentially get one of these covers sent to you for either $8 or 2 if you do the premium upgrade for $15. So head on over to BrainyComics.com, buy some stuff, put the upgrade in your cart, and see what you get. And let us know if your order comes in. If you do it, tag us like on Instagram or Facebook and let us know maybe if you did the upgrade, what you got. We'd love to see what you got because Ron's got plenty of inventory. I'm not going to lie. The other part of business that we have to talk about tonight is our not premium. I'm getting my promotions mixed up. We are in the middle of a sub giveaway or sub milestone giveaway. If you haven't heard, if you haven't watched any of our videos, and so we're trying to hit 750 subscribers. When we hit 750 subscribers, we will be giving away this 9.4 Silver Surfer Black second printing with Null on the cover. Pretty sick slab here. I know I would love to have it in my collection. Currently, it is in my collection, but I'm giving it away. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, give us a like, comment if you're watching this as a past episode, or comment if you're currently on in the chat. Let us know what you're up to and what was your pick of the week. And if we hit 1,000 subscribers, guys, we're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of 2023. So if we can hit it, we're still giving away the CBCS 9.8 graded Amazing Spider-Man number 4. Nate does not want me to give this away. He hasn't wanted us to give this away since like we started doing the giveaway. He was like, "You're crazy. This book is on fire. It's only."
You got it at a reduced price, and it's probably gone up in value 45% since you bought it.
I could probably get the raw of this at that reduced price that I got this slab for now. But yeah, we're giving it away. I'm sorry. We have to stick to our guns. We were giving this away, so we have to hit that 1,000 milestone for subscribers. Once we hit it, we are giving away the slab. So make sure to tell anybody and everybody who loves comics or is even interested in comics. Maybe they're like, "Man, I used to read comics. I want to get back into it." Throw them, put them in this direction. Put them in the Two Fat Guys Pull direction. Let them make sure that they subscribe to our show so we can give away these slabs, because we really want to. We really want to give away these slabs. So I do. Nate doesn't, but that's besides the point. Anyway, let's get to the show, shall we? We're done with some business. Let's actually talk about this week's pulls, which are June 15th. And I have to say, I was thoroughly impressed. It was a really good week. I didn't know what to expect. I mean, there were some obvious, like, yeah, I'm going to read that and that's going to be good, right? But I just didn't think almost all my books were good.
I would give this week an A.
Yeah,
It's
solid.
A, but it's definitely an A.
I think it's a solid A. Solid A. Really quick, 99 says, "Sorry, happy Father's Day, guys. You guys reading the new Carnage? Just read number 1, and it's got my attention." Isn't Ram V writing it?
Yes, I believe so.
Isn't he like? Isn't Carnage going to hell? Like, isn't he?
Something like that.
Something like that. I've kind of jumped off the symbiote train as of right now. I mean, if he pops up in my, if any kind of symbiote pops up in my comic, I'm there for it. But I just haven't gotten into it.
It's never been my thing, really, and it took me a long time to judge on that one because, like, Ron V is a writer so much, but Carnage for some reason has not piqued my curiosity at all. I didn't even pick up the Extreme Carnage miniseries when Philip Kennedy Johnson was writing.
Right, that's crazy, dude. That's insane. Yeah, I'm gonna fix your framing really quick. It's not you, it's the.
Oh,
it almost sucked, dude.
You can just tilt the camera.
No. Let's see. See if I can fix it first. There he is. Okay, that's better. It's just like all I was seeing was your beard. Like I didn't see any. Like you're just like a floating head.
There's a neck down there. I promise.
Get into the chat. Nate does not want to give away that bad boy. Speaking of our giveaway, Lotus or Loaders, you say, what are you talking about? Nate is so happy to give it away. He is pumped and just jazzed to give that sucker away. So you are making an impact, my friend.
Yeah, they all know how much I'm so excited about it.
All right, let's talk. Let's get into our poll. We kick off with our X books every week. First up, XMen Red, issue number 3 from Al Ewing.
So close to pick of the week for me.
It's gonna be a game time decision, to be honest with you. Like. There are currently 3 books that are in contention for pick of the week, and if I can talk myself into it, I feel like this book is in a really bad position for me to push that button because it's the first book, and it's like I could pick it, and then we get to those other books, and then I might switch it, and I feel bad about that. I might just have 3 picks of the week.
Ooh.
I mean, it's just more work for Lee at the shop.
No, but you have to choose just one for her to do.
No, she's got to put up all 3 if I pick all 3.
No.
X-Men Red, Al Ewing. Guys, we loved Sword. We were all about the Sword book that Ewing did, and when it ended, we were like, what? And then X-Men Red got announced, and essentially it's Sword 2.0, and we as a show, have absolutely no problem with that. Right? There's some people in the community that's like, why isn't this just Sword? Get over it. You know, like, it just is what it is.
Not. Get over it.
Yeah. This book is fantastic. And what happened in this book, I think, was monumental. Power shifting. And this cover is the biggest red herring. Or, you know what? It's not a red herring. It's just a reversal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I was really scared for this cover. And then when we saw what happened in the book, I was like, oh, it's just opposite. It's just, you know what I mean? Like, it's the other way around.
Yeah. Very much so.
Essentially, we've got the Brotherhood of Mutants and the XMen Red team vying for power on Mars, trying to get on the council. Right. And initially it was just Brand, and Storm was concerned, right? The Brotherhood was concerned, and we didn't know where it was going to go. Right. And we're talking about Vulcan, right? Vulcan essentially challenged Tarn for his seat on the council on Mars. And in my opinion, I'm like, you know, I was like, well, maybe he'll fucking win. But it just seems like right now, Vulcan is the new Omega Kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
in X-Force, he was just getting thrown around.
Version 2.
Yeah, like he was getting killed left and right and resurrected, and now it's Vulcan. Vulcan is not being taken serious, and it just seems like it's just not, you know, he thinks he's hot stuff, and it turns out he doesn't know really what he's doing. Now, that being said, I feel like Ewing is kind of planting seeds for us to have like some false foundation about Vulcan, right? Because we know that there is some kind of nuclear football inside his belly by beings of the negative zone.
So is the current Vulcan that we are being portrayed, is that the real Vulcan? And I don't think it is.
Like, you mean the Vulcan that was the king of space?
Yeah. Shi'ar.
So he keeps on saying that he's never died, right? And they've never resurrected him, right? They've never resurrected him on Krakoa.
No, they resurrected him. He's just saying he never died. He's saying when he was in the Cancerverse, he never actually died. But that is being disputed.
So wouldn't whatever they did to his body in the Cancerverse not have been reproduced when he was...
I don't know. It's
like, so that's where it gets a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he's given a new body, then whatever they physically did to him in the Cancerverse, I feel like shouldn't be in play.
Maybe it's not.
I don't know how that works. Anyway, he fights Tarn, and Tarn kicks his ass. Like, Tarn does his thing, tries to steal his powers, but Vulcan's like, haha, I can do the same thing. And then Tarn gets, physical, and he uses his suction flappier things, I don't know, to catch him off guard and beat him down into submission, where it literally beats him into a pulp. Right, and I will get to Stefan. I will get to Roberto tricking the Unlost. I'm just kind of going out of order. And after that, Magneto shows up to fight Tarn, which he didn't want to do. Right, like there was this whole thing where he, kind of just wanted to live a tranquil life on Mars. He was kind of done with the politics of everything, and Sunspot took a shot at his ego. Took a shot at his pride, and he ends up showing up, to the fight, I would say reluctantly, and puts down Tarn fairly quickly. And the way he does it is brutal, right? Do you remember?
Yeah. Drops his helmet on him.
So if you don't know, I would assume you're watching a show about comics. So Magneto's helmet repels psychic attacks, right? Or any form of telekinesis, and it's a two-way street, right? So you can't get thoughts out either. So he shows up to the fight. Tarn accepts, or I don't know if Tarn accepts. I guess he accepts the fight, and as he's saying "I accept," Magneto shows up without his helmet on. It's like floating next to him, and he just goes whoop and puts the helmet on Tarn, and then says, he basically says, "I'm taking your seat." And as Tarn is saying, "I yield," after he realizes that he can't shoot any telekinetic attack at Magneto, and he can't get to him physically, he's literally saying, "I yeet," and Magneto just goes crunch, like just crunches his head in the helmet and takes the seat. And what up, Jaden? I was just that was the oh shit, right? That was the check mark, one of the biggest check marks that needs to happen if this book were to ever be my pick of the week. And I just sat there for a minute going like, that's intense. But let's break down what happened with Sunspot and with the bet.
I'm so confused by this part.
Okay, so I don't know her name. The never loot Iska. So her power is like she never loses, right? Yeah. She never, whether it's like luck or she knows the outcome of everything, she never loses. And it's almost like Sunspot, he was betting with her. He was basically taking a bet when Magneto showed up, and he goes, I bet Tarn's going to win. And immediately she loses her shit and starts beating the hell out of Sunspot to the point where I think she breaks his neck and kills him. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you see his neck go crack.
No.
Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah, dude. Check. His neck snappy. Let me read the chat while you do that.
I think it's just supposed to be a slap.
I don't know. I was kind of confused with the Iska flipping out at the end. I get that Roberto tricked her with the bet, but her reaction came out of nowhere. He never died. Black Bolt didn't die either in the War of Kings. Interesting on Vulcan. Face tentacles. I think the concept of Vulcan was lost. That was Hickman's idea. No doubt, last.
I think this is getting brought back here.
I think so too. I think there are little things that are, Vulcan, and now with Gary Jerry getting ready to deal with the Children of the Vault. I think there are show notes out there that were kind of slipped under people's doors before Hickman left the office that are about to come back. I'm not saying they're going to be executed the way Hickman wanted to, but I think we're going to get little blips of it. Last says, I enjoyed this issue a bit, but Tarn dying so quickly was odd. What's going to happen to the best team in the X-Men run, the Locust File? I would have thought that Tarn was going to fight Xavier based on the similarities between the two. I liked how it went because we've had Tarn since Ten of Swords, and he's just been like a thorn in everybody's side, including the mutants of Mars, right? Yeah, dude.
Sorry, guys, I was wrong. Yeah,
nah, right. His neck was severed. The dude he done died, dude. He's dead. I liked it. I just thought, he was such an ass in Marauders and in Sword, and now XMen Red. I was just ready for him to be gone, so that leverage is gone. Now we'll see, how much of a mistake it really is for Magneto and the Brotherhood, but I enjoyed it. But I think what happened was Roberto figured out Iska's, like, it's a 50-50 coin toss, right? Like, either he's gonna flip it and be on the same side as Iska, or he's not, and he literally wanted to see what would happen, and so he picked a side, and she lost because she knew that Magneto was going to win. Like, for however she knew, I don't know.
But she didn't have to take the bet.
I don't think she did. Did she bet? Did she take the bet? I feel like he said it before she could say, hey, do you want to take a bet?
Then what did she lose?
I don't know. Yeah, you're right. It's confusing. I don't know. There's it wasn't said well. Yeah. Maybe that's why this isn't my pick of the week. It's definitely my cover of the week. I love this cover. Kuka says, also, do you think when Vulcan gets resurrected, he'll be evil? They teased a bit with the data page from Mentalo. Berto is hatching from an egg in the cover of Easy issue 4. Yeah, dude, he dead. Did you get it, Nate? He's dead.
Yeah, I got it.
Quigo, apparently Hickman helped plan out the next few years before he left, so hopefully we'll start seeing more of the dropped threads picked up in the other books. If you've seen September Solicits, there's one. Yeah, no, I was just talking about that. Sinister will probably bring Tarn back soon. No, I didn't even think of that. either way, I really enjoyed this issue. Again, I think the next chip that needs to fall is I just want Abigail to not. I want her to be put in her place because I find that storyline very annoying. I don't want her. I don't want her to have the upper hand. I just find it incredibly annoying. What do you think?
I can see that. I mean, I don't find it that annoying, but
well, it's just like it's always like you feel like you've got an upper hand in a situation for our heroes, and then Brand's in the background and be like, "Yeah, but I'm working with Orcus."
I felt like she got brought down a peg in this issue, just with like, or at least seeing that there are movements against her.
Right. I mean, it seems to have happened in the past 2 issues. Like it happened in the previous issue too, when Storm showed up and was just like, "Nah, dude." Or no, was that in issue 1 when she established the Brotherhood? Maybe it was issue 1.
I don't think that was 1.
I don't remember. Anyway, it seems like every time you're right. I guess so. But I'm ready for her to get caught, to be honest. I'm just ready for her to get caught and blow up in her face. Maybe it's me, but I'm still not seeing the path for the X line. Mysterium is still an incomplete concept because of what it does. It'd have to do with, I can't read, with the X-Men. Where are the Sentinels? What's Orcus doing? I think we're going to get that. I think we're going to get what Orcus is doing and the Mysterium fairly soon. I think the books that are in play right now, I think we're going to get it. Will it be to our liking and the pacing that we like? Probably not, but I think we're going to get there. We're going to get there. I think Destiny of X is much more wide than we thought. Whereas the previous 2, or is it 3 now? I don't know. Iterations just kind of like went fairly quickly. So I think we're going to be in Destiny X for a minute. I could be wrong. Like we could get to December and it's like, oh, by the way, it's over. Krakoa is exploding and we're starting over. I don't know. What's the drawback of Resurrections? Mutant powers evolving like Sync. I don't see much building for the main story overall. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. To be honest, we'll just have to wait and see. I think the payoff, I think, is going to be much slower than the one we didn't get with Hickman. All right, let's move on to Wolverine issue 22. And all this book did for me was basically reiterate the fact that this book needs to be, Benjamin Percy needs to be writing a Deadpool book and not a Wolverine book. Wolverine doesn't need to have 2 books. I know that's blasphemy. I know that's, he has to have a book, but I think Benjamin Percy needs to be writing a Deadpool book and not a Wolverine book. And that idea has essentially confirmed, and I will be dropping this book probably after Deadpool leaves. I'm dead serious because there was a blip of Wolverine back in his voice talking to you. And I was like, disinterested, get me back to, and then we got back to Deadpool and I was like, okay, now I'm back. I don't know. What do you think?
Oh, that's hilarious. I'm definitely have not been that extreme on it, but
it's not that
I think Deadpool is a great addition. No, I do 100%.
Yeah.
I just I don't know. I will probably pick up at least 1 issue after he's gone.
I'm sure I'll pick the 1 issue after he's gone, but I know we're gonna fall right back into I'm a loner, my kids hate me, I can't remember anything, booze is great. Let's go fight some other random new. I just don't care, like he belongs in X-Force, and if they want him, he can belong in X-Men. But Wolverine, his daughter's there, and she fits perfectly there. So I'm over it. Like, this needs to be a Deadpool book. Benjamin Percy, I think, knows how to write Deadpool really well. I thought Kelly Thompson wrote Deadpool really well. I just think that there needs to be a Deadpool book, and we don't need a Wolverine book. And I know that's blasphemy. I know that there are people out there that just are diehard Wolverine fans, even X-Men fans, that don't agree with that, and that's okay. I'm over it. It's the same story over and over again. What? Why are you looking at me like that?
Tell us how you really feel about it.
I'm telling you. Let's see. You said something. I was like, oh yeah. Also, Children of the Vault. Are they still happening? It is. If you look at, we're gonna do our Marvel solicitations for September or August or September. I can't remember. September. This week, and Gary Jerry is picking up the Children of the Vault. It's happening. Will it be done like Hickman? Probably not. But we are getting Children of the Vault. They are returning. It'll be at least an arc within Gary Jerry's books. So they're like Quiku said. I think Hickman gave a game plan. He's got something. He's got his hands in something. What did you say, Stefan? Pour me another one blog.
Blob's the bartender.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I don't know. And this book was fine. Like, I like what they're doing. I couldn't give it a huge amount of attention because there are characters and themes in play that I just don't have enough history on. Like this Danger robot. I know that's a legit character from canon from previous X-Men stories. Am I liking it? Yes. Am I liking that Deadpool is a central connector between the story? Yes. But overall, again, my main issue is that I don't want to read Wolverine anymore. I don't want to read the same. I think what killed it for me was X and Deaths. Even though like X and Deaths moved some storylines throughout the X line, I feel like Benjamin Percy, outside of this Deadpool writing, has the same story for all of his characters. Like they all have this like loner complex, and they retreat to a bottle of booze to deal with their problems. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, that's what you're saying. I only see that with Wolverine, but
it's in X-Force too. But the problem is it's because Wolverine's in the book.
Yeah.
So just keep it in one book. That's all I'm saying. Like, we need a new Deadpool book. We don't need a Wolverine book. I'm sorry, I didn't really review this at all. I'm just upset about it. Do you want to get to chat? Do you want to read chat?
We told Seven said I kind of like the Lone Dog Wolverine drinking scenes. Yeah, so you could be wrong. I don't know. I think it was, to me, it was more of just like the choppiness of it all, more than the loner Wolverine stuff. I don't mind that. But you're right. The Wolverine and X-Force book, they're too similar in style.
Last, I like the Danger, but doesn't she both pose a threat to Krakoa and kind of make the whole idea of Cerebro Helmet mute? Also, what happened to those memory crystals in the Excala? I'm sure they'll pop up. I was hoping Oracles was going to be a accumulation of the X-Men's failures in the sense of like Morris' partner who Wolverine lobotomized. That's too. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think those threads, I'm not saying those specific threads that you point out, but I think that I think the Hickman threads that were laid out, what is it now? 4 years ago? How long has it been? 3 years ago. I think they're coming around. I really do. Will they be executed the way we want? Only time will tell. If we don't give it a chance, then obviously not. But I'm trying to. Now, like, Way of X, right? No. Is that the word? No, what's the book that's Cy Spurrier's? It's not Way of X. Legion of X. I'm giving issue 3, and if issue 3 is just too fuzzy, I'm out. I can't do it. So, and Wolverine might be out too. I don't know. Let me stop poo-pooing. Let's talk about
Xbox.
Yeah. Let's talk about Fantastic Four issue 44 from the Reckoning War. This is the penultimate, correct? Or is 40? There's 46. Okay. 46. Should get 2 more. Dan Slott. He's got to wrap it up in 2 issues. Genuinely liked it.
Yeah, this was very much like a cosmic. I don't know. Like you could just Dan Slott was just sort of playing in the cosmic sandbox. You know what I mean? Like pulling everything out, especially the scene where Johnny shows up near the end and was like providing the backup, and it's the Guardians of the Galaxy with Silver Surfer and Beta Ray Bill and Nova. Like that whole double pick was amazing.
Yeah.
The art in this book is phenomenal too, but I feel like that's been almost the entire run. Like I know our artist has changed, but every time we've gone to a new artist, it's been
good. No, it's been really good. I mean, I wish, who was Pepe on this book, or was it was RB Silva? I wish RB Silva could have stayed on it. I'm like, where is he? Where did RB go?
I don't know.
I got to figure that out. I liked, I feel like we're wrapping up things, but it feels genuine. Does that make sense? Does that statement make sense? It doesn't feel forced, which I'm really concerned with by the end of the book, because we're like, hey, and he hasn't said that he's going to do this, right? But like, Franklin, please figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna happen.
It really sucks. I don't care if it's that he made himself a mutant or not. He needs to be back into that. He needs to have that. You don't make a Marvel 1000 where Sinister is trying to get his DNA to add to his library. You just don't do that. And I'm like, yeah, they can do whatever the fuck they want. But I'm just saying, it just doesn't make sense. I liked seeing the fact that Uatu's brother was the one that basically started the Reckoning War. He used the ultimate nullifier. He created it to kill them, which I thought was really cool. I really dig the Galactus Destroyer combo. I hope that continues. I hope it doesn't just get flushed down the toilet after this is over. I hope that is a storyline in somebody's book. Tony Cates. Because I want, what I want? I want the, I want that concept that Slott started in this Reckoning War arc. The what's it called when your Galactus is Herald, the Herald War, or whatever they called it. Like, that felt like a Donny Cates idea, right? And like it happened in a couple panels, and I want to see that like flush out and actually happen as like a Marvel event. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Sue's a badass. We always knew that.
She is a badass, yeah.
Valerie. Or is it Val? What's her name? Is it Valerie?
Yeah, Val.
She's awesome. I liked how... I really liked how Jack of Hearts literally was just a pawn in the Watcher Reed Richards' plan. That was fucking dirty.
It was pretty brutal.
Like, I was ready for She-Hulk to just, like, smush his face. Like, she wanted to. She was getting close. But at the end of the day, this event is obviously wrapping up. I'm sure 45 will be the wrap up of the entire arc, and 46 will probably be the epilogue, where we'll get any form of foundation for the next writer and Marvel history as we know it for the first family. Do you see Skye? I know we're kind of going past what happened in this issue and more into like what we think is going to happen. Do you see Skye getting back with Johnny? Or do you think she's done?
No, I don't think she's done, but I don't see her. No, I see Slott leaving that open for the next writer to make the decision on.
Okay, that's unfortunate, because it feels like she wants, like, the way he's writing it, it feels like she wants to go back to Johnny because he's showing such poise and leadership and responsibility now.
Right.
Kind of has to, right? What'd you think about Doom being like, when he shows up and he's like, oh, I did that. I made him like the ultimate nightlight.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious. He was like literally just in the background fighting, really not apparent. And then all of a sudden we get an entire cut little box. He's like, oh, actually, that I get the credit.
Excuse me, that was me. Thank you. Yeah, that was hilarious.
I mean, that's perfect quintessential Doctor Doom.
Yeah. Steven says someone will fix Franklin sooner or later. It's just like a hot topic phrase. Yeah, I get that. I'm back to last talking about X-Men. I also don't understand what Mordok has to do with X-Men. Also, the leader of Orcus being some brainwashed guy kind of ruins him. I thought he was a strong character, but he's just a time puppet. I know Mordok really, Mordok is more, he didn't have anything to do with the X-Men. He's just, because I see Orcus as like Hydra, right? But not, there's only like a couple Nazis rather than just all Nazis, right? Because Orcus is accumulation of scientists and pieces of like AIM and SHIELD and what's the other one that's, it's not SHIELD, SWORD and Hydra and like all different, all the loonies within those organizations who are power hungry or just fucking sadistic are a part of Orcus. So I see why Mordoc's kind of been lumped in there. You know what I mean? I mean, he was just a little player. He was just a little pawn compared to. I don't think there's a big thing there. Doom, one of my favorites. Yeah, no, that Doom bit in this book was great. I also like the stylistic choice of how Reed uses the nullifier and the page literally disappears. Like, not even, like, the panel disappears from existence. Yeah, and also his head's gross. Like, it looks gross.
His head is really gross.
So anyway, yeah, hammer, damage control, so many. There's a bunch. There's just like a bunch of individuals that make Orcus what it is. So overall, enjoyed this issue. Wasn't my pick of the week, but it was pretty dang close. This is why the week was an A. You know, it was just good.
Yep, for sure.
All right, Iron Man. You know, you were much quicker to read this week's pulls than I was. I actually finished my pulls today. And when you got to this one, you were like, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't bad. It was a little, like, just odd.
Like in between?
Maybe I feel like there was almost like a metaphor or like a theme or like a nod to something that I wasn't getting.
Okay.
Like, especially with the whole fight with the gorilla. So the issue is Tony Stark gets out of rehab after 3 months. Hellcat goes and picks him up. He gets back and he essentially is now doing stuff with Stark Industries again. And so, what is it at this point that they're doing a chess tournament between the world's smartest gorilla and this
AI
supercomputer?
Yeah.
And Chet the gorilla I just was like, why is this happening? And then he asks Tony for a job and he doesn't get it to him, and so he has an attitude. And then is it the AI that cheats, or is it
he cheats? He uses two hands. He moves one pawn to move another, and like, you can't do that.
Yeah, and so everyone calls him out on it, and he gets mad, and then him and Tony fight for the rest of the issue, and I'm just like, why are we fighting? Like, this is the like bad stuff of the Silver Age, Bronze Age, of like,
right?
The stuff that we need to leave out. Like, we're fighting monkeys in the street, and you're just like,
Tony will fight a gorilla. That's really smart.
Okay, I guess. So
there's a panel, I don't have it, if you can look it up, where he gets slammed in the street by him, the ape, or the I'm sorry, the gorilla. I don't want to offend any primate people. He literally, like, you know, okay, yeah, so that looks like the you know, the inflatable giant King Kong that's at car dealerships.
Yeah,
that's what that looks like. Like, I was like, this doesn't. I mean, it's not supposed to be real, but it didn't look. It just felt weird. Like, it was like fake, but it looked real at the same time. Like,
the colors almost got oversaturated.
Yeah, it was really weird. The other thing that happens in this issue is Iron Man proposes to Hellcat. Like, hey, will you marry me? But I don't have a ring, so here's a letter. And she ends up turning him down by the end of the issue. Will that resolve? I think it will, because they are dating romantically, and I think she will say yes at some point.
Haven't we already gotten that in the solicitation?
That's what I'm trying to get at. I just didn't want to like absolutely spoil it. So thanks. Quiku. Oh wait, hold on. Last, holy cannoli! I just saw the solicitation for September. How long is Judgment Day happening? It's longer than Dark Crisis. I don't think that's
It's not starting till next month now, right?
Right. No, I thought it started. Oh, you're right. It starts in July, like mid-July.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
it got delayed.
I'm looking more forward to that than Dark Crisis right now. Bummer. Quiku, I feel like some people might dislike the proposal, but it's not like Patsy is against marrying Tony. She just knows she needs to deal with her trauma. I appreciate Cantwell actually fleshing her out. I agree. And I'm not expecting me to care just because she's now dating Tony. And I'm not... Wait, am I saying that right?
And not expecting me to care just because she's now dating Tony.
Oh, gotcha. No, I thought it was good. I'm with you there, Quiku. I think fleshing out that's what's beautiful about this run. It's not just like shoot lasers and ask questions later. Like there's some definite character building, whether it's within Tony or Hellcat or the group that Tony had in the past 19 issues. The character development in this book that Cantwell has been doing has been phenomenal. So it makes it feel grounded. It makes it feel genuine. It's been a fantastic run, so I hope it continues. But this whole monkey thing, I could do with less monkey business.
Oh, boy.
Oh, zing! I need more gargoyle in the series. Correct answer.
Yes, 100%.
All right, let's jump into DC with Batgirls, issue number 7. The Saints Say Their Prayers. I was genuinely what?
This was good too. He forgot to put it in the show.
Oh, well, yeah, we didn't even put it. You didn't even. It wasn't even in our new comic book day. It wasn't a new comic book day. You didn't even put it.
You're right, because I said it was not a new comic. Well, by the way, guys, I picked up the Infinity comic that got printed of Hulkling and Wiccan, and I thought it was pretty cute.
Yeah, you said it was pretty. I remember you telling me it was good.
Art was good, and it was a fun little story. It's of no consequence, I don't think, but still.
Just kind of a good pride issue. Batgirls 7. It did do the thing that I don't like it to do, but it did that thing. Hold on. It did that thing at the appropriate time. Okay. I don't need a reminder of what's happening in the book every time, but when we're starting a new arc, it kind of feels good, right? But not in every. So like if next issue we go, okay, here's the story. The Saints did this and then I'm going to be pissed, but it felt genuine in this issue. I am going to be pissed. Just saying, it felt good. It felt good in this issue. Artwork, the artist is different. The cover artist used to be the artist inside the issue. The artwork in this issue was by a different artist. Didn't really bother me that much, even though I do miss the old art style. I liked it better. I did like the art in the book.
Yeah, it was fine. It's not Hori Corona, but it's fine. It does make me feel good to know that like we won't lose too much of the feeling of this book,
right,
with a different artist. But I'm trying to see right now if this is just a one issue thing or if this is an art thing.
Here we go.
I'm just curious.
Lotus, we will work on it, or Empire, we'll work on it. We will definitely, for sure.
Yeah, it doesn't look like we're getting Ori Corona for a few issues. Nah.
Well, I thought this issue was good. I genuinely liked, the story, kind of getting a backstory on the Seer, flushing out the Saints, because I feel like they've been kind of dropped. So to kind of get an actual Saints-centered, you kind of have to. I mean, we don't have any new villains. All of them either died or are in jail now. So to get that, I thought was really cool. I like the confirmation, like the legit confirmation of Oracle and Nightwing being a couple. About it. Like we actually, like the word boyfriend has left the lips of Oracle. Yeah. Yep.
Defined.
The relationship is official. I will say that the Batgirls making fun of the fact that they're all called Batgirls, because I literally thought that when one, I think it was Stephanie, or I don't know their names, actually said it. Like she was like, we understand that might be confusing, but we're so confident in our identities that we can be named the same thing. Yeah. And it was like a little dig at herself. I thought that was really, really genuine and cool. I wasn't bored with the issue, and I think that's a very strong indicator that it was good and it was fun.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything that was just mind shattering, but a really solid B+ issue for me.
Yeah, I was engaged the entire time. I had a good time. Looking forward to more. Again, as long as they don't do like this is what's going on every issue introductions at the beginning, we're okay. But that really grinds my gears.
Yeah.
Superman Son of Kal-El issue number 12. You tell me, because you told me you were interested to see what I said. I want to see what you have to say.
I think this issue is probably pretty similar for me on like a B+. Like I don't think any really crazy in here happened that I was just like, Oh my gosh. I was very curious and confused at like how fucking powerful is this dog? Like,
Oh, Crypto.
Dude just rolls in like and defeats all of Batman's defenses around Superman's parents, and it's just a dog. Like, I don't know. I literally have never experienced Crypto in a comic, so I was like, what is happening? It seems like we're getting closer and closer to a finale with
Bendix.
Bendix and stuff. I think a lot of people are kind of over that. I still think it's okay. It's the pacing on this one. I feel like we're about 6 or 7 issues in to a story that could have been done in 3 or 4.
I can see that. Patty says, "Dude, Crypto is an absolute bouse." Yeah, he was in this issue. I guess that's just what he's good at. I will say, out of the 12 that we've had, and how it could have been done in 6, this one to me was the strongest. And I think it was because the issue flowed really well. Like the pacing and the writing and how the artwork, how it flowed. Because there's another comic in our pool that I think suffers from not having the right flow of. And there's a certain term for it. Because I remember when we first got into this hobby, Ron was talking about this book that literally defines how comics should be written and how they should flow. Stylistically and how their writing should flow, and there's a book in our pool that is ignoring those rules to the point where it's obstructing my enjoyment of reading it. But we'll get to that. But I feel like Superman, actually, you're trying to figure out which one it is. Superman, I think this issue actually did a really good job. Like, again, I think it's a solid B+ for me. And I wasn't like, I agree with you. The Gamora Bendix thing could be over. Like, it should be over. But this issue I felt like helped it in this instance, whereas other issues I'm like, all right, get over with it. Whereas this one I felt like kind of moved it a little further. Like with the Senator turning into like a giant octopus head, I thought was pretty cool. And then the boyfriend actually like doing something for once with his powers, and then forgetting to wear his mask when he, shows up at the end.
Comes back out, yeah.
Yeah, so I thought it was good. I do agree. It's time for it to move on. It's been time. Empire, I love Superman Son of Kal, but this one was a slower one. But the hook was more the ending. The pacing could improve, I agree. Yeah, overall the story should, but I felt like this one was okay.
Well, this is again, at least for me, this is one of the books that like can probably hit a couple of bad books, and I'm not going to go anywhere because it's Tom Taylor, and
right,
he's kind of proved to me that I'm that even when he stumbles, he's going to pick it back up. So
yeah,
not to say this book was that bad, but
yeah.
I think Kwiku's right. Kwiku said, I think one problem is that the storyline has been going on since the book started, but we still don't know a lot about Bendix, whether it's his personality or his motives, or if he's just plain evil, or if he's like Lex Luthor.
Right.
So, like, I think that makes a lot of sense too. That kind of contributes to the slower pace.
Mm-hmm. Also, Kwiku says, if we're going to focus on something for a while, things should be more fleshed out. Action Comics has done a better job fleshing out Warworld, in my opinion, but both are good. So, yeah. I mean, I'm off of Action Comics, but that's another story. The Jurassic League, issue number 2, the limited series from Philip Kennedy Johnson. No, not Philip Kennedy Johnson. Daniel Warren Johnson. Too many Johnson. Too many people named Johnson. This will be quick. This book is a silly goose time. Genuinely liked it. It's just, what if the Justice League were dinosaurs? And it's just continuing that. We're getting more and more characters, whether they're villain or hero, being introduced. And it's kind of fun to see how they're introduced and how they're working or not working together. And we're finally, like, literally the last page is the trio being formed. Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman kind of finally coming together as one to fight this so-called Doom, League of Doom. That's really this book in a nutshell. It's super fun. I love the artwork. And Daniel Warren Johnson's love for just the absurdity and then putting wrestling moves in his book are just there. It's very present in this, so I'm liking it. You know, I don't. It definitely is not another, and this sucks because the book that I'm about to mention is affiliated with Tiny Onion. It's not that, right? It's not DC versus vampires where I'm like, wait, what? You know, like it's just a silly goose time, and it's not taking itself too serious. Dino Doom, there you go. It's just fun, and I recommend it if you're looking for just a casual, fun read where you kind of get the gist of where the book is going, and you just want to have just a little break of like, wait, where's the continuity? Well, this is not a continuity book. This is just a silly goose time. Rich says, hey, what up, Rich? And he says, I'm going to have to rewind, catch what I missed a year later. Yeah, for sure. Last, Jurassic League is the best silly goose time. I bet Hal is either a dolphin or a chimp. Yeah, he's going to get screwed over for sure. All right, let's get into our independence, and we're jumping on, and I'm sorry. Do you want me to skip it since you didn't read it?
No, you go ahead. I'm going to mute you, though.
No!
Yeah, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear what happens.
Who else read? Well, hold on. Well, let's just ask. Who else read Grimm? Let us know in the chat. Did you read Grimm? And then I will bait. Okay, let me ask this, chat. Do you want me to review this book, or do we want to wait for Nate to do we want Nate to read it, and then we will do a full 2 hours of reviewing this book live in the middle of the week? Let me know, chat. I'll wait.
Please stop. Just review the book.
Nate couldn't go to another comic book store and find this book.
Oh, Stephen read it. You have to review it.
Okay. Fine, mute me. Whatever.
No, that's fine. Go ahead.
Grimm 2.
This chips. Pick of the week.
It's my pick of the week.
Oh damn.
It's my pick of the week. It's my pick of the week. I'm going to have 2 picks of the week this week. I'm sorry. I'm going to do it. I'm going to have 2 picks of the week. This is my first pick of the week. This book, the first issue was good. I think the first issue was really good. This is the hook. The issue 2 is the hook, in my opinion. I could be wrong. Some people may say that the first issue was the hook, but this was the hook. The opening 3 pages, dope. Essentially opens with Day of the Dead in Mexico, and people are partying, and there's this like 7-foot dude walking around in a big old cloak, and this lady bumps into him, and she's like, "Oh, hurry!" And he turns around, and it's literally like you see the dude on the cover with the skull, like all have the skull. It looks like that, except he's huge, and he literally like he kills the entire festival. Like he grows like 50 feet tall, and he's like, the price will be paid, and everyone starts dissolving into skeletons. Like,
oh
yeah, like that was the first oh shit moment of the book. And then we cut to Jay. I can't remember. Is it Jess? I can't remember her name. Our lead character, and she's just trying to figure out, you know what happened to her, which was she was able to interact with somebody with a living 7 foot, then 30 foot. Yeah, there you go. Mm-hmm. And then she's, everyone is trying to like come to grips with that. And then she's still upset that she doesn't know how she died, right? And the higher ups can't tell her. The only person that can tell her how she died is Death himself, and no one really wants to do that, or at least it's not recommended to go to Death himself and ask about the access to your death memories. So she's also put in suspension. She's suspended for what happened with her scythe. So that fucking sucks.
Ooh, yeah.
And so she decides to break into a part of, I guess this part of where they're at, the afterlife, where they can actually access where you die or how you died. And so one of the Reapers that's with her actually finds his memories of how he died, but he remembers, so he doesn't have to access it. And then she, you know what? I'm gonna find the issue. Just give me 2 seconds, because I want to remember. I want to do this right. Like, I mean, we should always want to do this right, but I just don't want to get this wrong. So she gets suspended, and then they break into where her memories are, or where their death memories are, and she finds her. It's Jess. She finds her memory, and when she opens it, like all these black moths start flying out of it, and they get consumed. Both her and her friend get consumed into her like death memory, and she sees what looks like her being born, and her mother, like it looks like she's dead when she's on arrival, right? And as she's being born, the mother's like, we should show the father, and then it looks like the baby dies or is dead. I don't know. And then she is confronted by the higher up who catches her going into her death memory. And so it's like, that's how it kind of ends. Like, I told you nothing good would happen from this. And that's how it ends. And then in the epilogue, our death character, which I think is Death, but it might be something else, is literally crossing the river Styx to come to where they're at in the afterlife. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, what that character is called, it's kind of like suggested that character is called The End. So the thing that killed a bunch of people, I think, is the being called The End. And so I want to show you guys kind of like what it looks like when he does what he does. So here's the panel where he's making people dissolve into skeletons. It's epic. Right? So like first 2 pages, this goes on, and then it goes, the ledger must be balanced. And then you turn the next page, and it's like a movie. Right? Grim. Boom. Like you can just like imagine like big movie noise like from Inception, like that's This book is good. If you're not reading Grimm, go check it out. If you can try to get your hands on a copy, I think I have up to the 3rd printing already. I already have 3rd printing of the 1st issue. Putting those in a Mylar. This book is fantastic, and that's why Stephanie Phillips, your 2nd issue, is my pick of the week.
That's Jim's pick of the week.
The little details in that one character's place is badass. It was an interesting read, but I don't like how they jumped past her interactions with the living. Yeah, I think that'll come back, Rich. I think we're gonna jump around a little bit. I get the frustration there, though. Steph, the page of the week for the culture reference alone. Yeah, no, it's a good book. It's a really good book. So, Nate, good luck.
Last Halloween, yeah. If nothing else, I'll get the 2nd copy.
2nd printing, yeah. So let's keep it going. And House of Slaughter.
Huh?
Right? Or is this not? Did you not have a Boom book?
No.
Oh, I wonder why this is here.
I don't know.
All right, moving on. Do a Powerbomb. Issue 1.
Did you get to this?
Yeah.
Bro. Straight to my heart, man.
Yeah, this is not expecting it.
I was not. I was expecting I was very much expecting a Silly Goose Time and not anything of like severe substance. And then you showed me this cute little kid and killed her fucking mom in front of her. Like, what?
Yeah. Like
what?
Yeah. So let's just give it some reference. So we're introduced to a 2 big league championship wrestlers in the Japanese or Tokyo Wrestling League. And they have a fight, they wrestle, and there was an accident, and the female wrestler ends up breaking her neck and dying in this championship match, and her little girl sees it happen, and she doesn't live, and she pursues to be a wrestler like her mother, and everyone kind of sees her as like a cursed, bad omen character, so they're not willing to train her in the ways of professional wrestling. And she ends up, this is really weird, it goes from like awesome wrestling story to heartstrings into kind of like fantasy. How do I explain it? I don't know how to explain it correctly. Interdimensional, is that right? I don't know, she gets recruited when she wants to be a wrestler. No one wants to train her. Her dad wants her to stop. And at the end of the book, she ends up being transported to another dimension, I guess you would say, or a hellscape. I'm not sure, to participate in a interdimensional or fantasy wrestling league where she can train and be a legit wrestler. But I think there's higher stakes in that wrestling league. I don't know. This book is insane. Daniel Warren Johnson's artwork is always phenomenal. It's absolutely stunning. I think the coloring by Spicer is fantastic. I think the writing is good. And like Nate said, this book has way more substance than I think there should be in it when it comes to like just wrestling. But that being said, I mean, wrestling is a story-driven entertainment form, right? You know, I remember being a kid and watching professional wrestling when I was like 6 and 7 and 8, and being, you know, it's dumb, it's stupid, but it's entertaining. And like this book has that at the beginning, but then it just literally turns into a heartstring story that I don't think anybody saw coming. And Daniel Warren Johnson did a great job. So I think he's taking, you know, the hobby that he has, which is he likes professional wrestling, and then writing a really good story for it. So I recommend it. I highly recommend it. Even if you're not into wrestling, I think you should check it out because the story so far in one issue is really, really good. I mean, that should be expected. I think Daniel Warren Johnson is a phenomenal writer. Everything that I've read from him has been great. Even his one-shot, his Deadpool one-shot was so good. It was so meta. And I think that's, you know, I think some people are annoyed with people that do like meta work, but he killed it, man. This is a really good book. Stefan, I can't wait until I get my copy. I freaking love wrestling and a DWJ. Yeah, he's freaking awesome. Did he do a fisheye page in this issue? I don't know. Let's take a look while we wait for Nate to get back. I really need to go back and reread. Like, I read it, and then I haven't done what Nate usually does, which is like go back and just like visually take in the issue. I mean, the artwork is just great in this book. Like I like, this is so sick. Like the fighting, you know, the between the two at the beginning of the issue. Even the panels where the accident actually happens and they're fighting, like all of this is cool. I don't know if he did a fisheye panel though. Did he? Does he normally do that?
I don't know.
Kinda. I mean, this room's kind of fisheye, but not to an extent that I think would be like, "Whoa, that's amazing." I think that's just more perspective. This book is good, and yep. I don't know about you. I'm sure another book is your pick of the week, but this is my second pick of the week.
I would call this a fisheye.
Okay. So I've got two. Grim and Do a Powerbomb are my picks of the week. I highly recommend both.
Those are my 2 and 3 picks, you know, of the week.
I think I know what your pick. I think I know what your pick of the week is.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to add about the book? I mean, what's your? Will you be picking up an issue too?
I will be picking up an issue too.
Will you automatically just sub?
Probably 7 issues. And it's Daniel Warren Johnson.
Daniel Warren Johnson. Yeah, why wouldn't you? 8 Billion Genies, issue number 2. No, where am I getting these?
I don't know.
Okay. Radiant Black. You know what? Maybe we talked about them. I thought they were on the show and that maybe they got pushed back.
I don't have them. I don't see them. I didn't get them. I don't know.
Anyway, Radiant Black issue 15. This is the book I was talking about when it comes to pacing. I think this book has suffered from that since its inception.
Yes.
There are really good parts of this book. And then there are parts where I'm reading a novel. And it's not the substance that's getting me. It's how the flow of where where you read is. Like, you have one panel within a page that has 2 giant speech bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
And it kills how you're flowing through the book. And it bothers me. Am I just being too nitpicky?
No. I agree with you on that. I think this can get bogged down in text really easily.
I mean, to the point where it just kills the momentum of the book, in my opinion.
Sorry, I gotta go.
No, you're good. Let's get back to chat really quick. I want Marvel wrestling book with the Thing involved. Well, I could dig that. That would be dope. Like an alternate universe where it's just one big WWE show. Stefan, I think Genie's was pushed back. 8 billion got pushed back for a printing error. Ah, that makes sense because I feel like it was supposed to be in the book. Like, let me double check here. We're gonna do some digging while we wait for Nate to come back. Because I'm almost certain that why would I put those 2 in here if they weren't? Maybe Nate didn't get the book, or they, yeah, like you're saying, like the one got the printing error, and I wonder if, I swear to you, Something Stealing the Children would not have been in this if we didn't have it. Yeah, it's not there anymore. Was there a printing error with Something's Killing the Children? Or House of Slaughter? Sorry, I'm totally... But I want to wait for an indicator to review the book because I didn't really like the issue. Pushed back. The Thing definitely could easily go back to wrestling in the old storyline. When he did it, I think it fell apart because the power broker. I don't remember it being so long. I mean, that'd be dope. Radiant has me interested because of the bug robot not talking to Marshall, but to the other guy. Forget his name. Yeah, Nathan. No, I think that's the part of the book that I like. I like that we're building... I guess either it got pulled or I messed up. I'm liking the dysfunction, right? That Higgins is creating with the robot talking to Nathan and not Marshall. I do like that. And like even Nathan is like, he's struggling with it because he knows that there's going to be some, what's the word? Jealousy involved with the robot talking to him and not actual Radiant Black. And we get strong like original Power Rangers vibes with this book, right? Because we've got all the different colors, different color radiants. I am willing to bet that Nathan will end up being, the so-called Green Ranger, if you will, of the Radiants, where you don't like, oh, is he a good guy or is he a bad guy or is he only out for himself? I feel like we're moving in that direction, and I'm all here for it. Like, we kind of already have that character when the other Radiants were introduced, and we had that... I wouldn't say he was a Radiant, but he was trying to capture all their powers. He was like the samurai-wielding looking guy. I feel like we kind of already have that character, but if Nathan were to embody that, I think it's going to happen. And so that storyline, the cosmic storyline... and the dysfunction that's starting to build, I dig. This whole movie deal, I don't really care. I want to get back to the cosmic stuff. I want to get back to Supermassive and just like building this giant galactic war that's coming to Earth. I want to get back to that. And we're doing this whole like everyday Joe. I get that. I know that's the other half of the book, but it's too boring.
I only want Radiant stuff. I only want what's going on in cosmic stuff, what's going on talking to the weird AI thing, and what's going on with our other powered heroes.
Correct.
All the other stuff I don't want in the story anymore.
Yeah, like it's just I feel like we're past it. Like when you reach a certain point, and we did it, right before Supermassive and then into Supermassive. This big giant threat is coming to Earth. Okay, let's do it. Let's get to it. I don't care about a movie. I don't care about the girlfriend that's going back to LA. I just don't care. Like and that's where I think the flow of the book and how he writes it, it's like, I got to cram all this information into these pages. Well, think about it, dude. Does anybody give a shit about that? Not really. Just saying. Yeah. Sorry.
The animated fight was pretty cool.
I need to watch it. I just haven't gotten to it yet.
Yeah, there's a QR code in the back where they actually animated a fight with a character from Cal, one of Kyle Higgins' other independent comics.
Okay. Seven Sons.
This one was really interesting and in a very confusing way. So basically this is taking in some kind of alternate universe America. It's 1998 and the second son of Christ is about to be announced to the world. At one point on the 6th hour or the 7th hour of the 7th day of the 7th 1977, 6 boys were all born on all 6 different continents, or 6 of the 7 continents. I don't know, I guess it says 7 because I guess there was one on Antarctica. So all 7 continents, sun on all of them, and some dude gets a prophecy that one of them is the second coming of Christ. And apparently American evangelicals take to this, but so do Muslim jihadists. So the sons start being hunted right away, and a couple of them are killed within a few months, and then a couple of them.
Okay.
Huh?
No, I'm just adding color.
And by the time it's like 22 years later, there's only one son left. So obviously he's the one that's going to get crowned the true second coming of Christ. Mm-hmm. But then all of a sudden we get shown this guy that's like looks exactly like one of the sons, and he's walking through Las Vegas, and he has no idea where he is, and he's all lost. And then all of a sudden he's like, I remember who I am, and he's like one of the dead brothers come back to life or something. And so it looks like the guy that we thought was going to be Christ 2.0 is not going to be. It's weird. It's like an alternate universe, like where like Christianity has become like what some massively like stereotypical right-wing things want. So this was obviously a critique, but I don't think it was done particularly well. At least this issue wasn't concerned with showing you any of its premise. It was just trying to world build, essentially.
Okay.
I'm gonna need to
continue.
I'm gonna need to see some really positive reviews from someone I trust for issue 2.
Okay.
Yeah, right now, no dice for me on issue 2.
No dice. I wish we need a button like no dice. You done, son? Johnny chill. All right. Undiscovered Country, Destiny Man. Did you read it?
I did. This one was I don't know how I feel. In one way, I feel like it's very like it seems like an obvious retcon, or like a way to change continuity in like an oh shit way. So basically, we find out that the Destiny Man, if you don't remember, that's the guy from the first section that's got like a crab claw hand and
vaguely
the antlers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So turns out he is the brother of the other sister duo whose parents stayed behind in America. Apparently he's their brother as well. He's the brother they had in case they didn't get away or something like that. So he's the oops, what if baby. And he was raised his whole life that way, and so he wanted to be different, and he like genetically modified himself to show the people of Destiny that he was willing to do it all to be the leader. And it just very much felt like, why did we need... And I'm sure it's going to show up later now, but like it almost seemed like they were like, oh shit, this Destiny Man guy is way more popular than we expected. How can we shove more of him in there? Let's do it in a one shot between arcs. So I don't know. It was just okay to me. I'm not sure why it needed to be here though.
I wouldn't know.
There it is. That's
All right.
entry.
A calculated man.
Yeah. So obviously, this is
That's Nate's pick of the
book of the week. Very surprising. This book was written superbly.
Yeah.
So one of the things that's like maybe not obvious to some, but has always been obvious to me is if you're a writer that's writing about a person that has intelligence beyond normalcy, it's really easy to either feel condescending, like you're saying I'm so smart I can create a character that's smarter than normal, or it's like you kind of embarrass yourself because you say this character is a smarter than normal character, but you write them in a dumb way.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I just think it's a hard thing to grasp, especially in comics, or a hard thing to go for is like writing a character who's smarter than all of us and it feeling authentic. And they really did. They really did that in this issue. So basically, this character or this story follows this guy on the cover, and he is the accountant for mob boss and like a crime family, and he helps cook their books and stuff. Very much has like a Breaking Bad kind of feel to it, or even a Chicken Devil kind of feel to it. And he basically decides one day, because he starts dating this girl, and he can't lie. I guess that's part of his like mental thing.
Gotcha.
And he wants to start dating her in real life, because right now he only dates her online, and he's like, eventually, like, I'll have to like tell her what I do because I can't lie, so I want to quit. But the mob boss not gonna let him quit, so he turns witness, state's witness, and goes into witness protection and gets a bunch of these guys put away. Well, this is 3 years later, and he catches a mob boss guy a hitman, following him, and so the whole story is being told through him actively pursuing these guys that are out to hit him and outsmarting them, and then a detective in the FBI who works with him in witness protection explaining who this guy is to the agent that's about to take over his case to like watch over him. But it's kind of funny because he's like, yeah, he's really weird, but he's really smart, but he's a good guy, and it's being juxtaposed with our guy putting bullets in a dude for seeing him and knowing who he is. So like the writing was it was very well done. I thought this was a super cool story. The art wasn't my favorite. It felt a little lacking, but I don't think it's bad. It's no John Romita Jr. So if I can read a John Romita Jr. book, then we're good to go.
You can read that, yeah.
This was a wonderful first issue, very reminiscent of the way I felt on the first issue of Chicken Devil. So everyone, I'm sure, will remember how much we liked that.
This is Nate's pick of the week.
That's Nate's pick of the week.
Well, that's going to do it, I think, for issue 92 of Two Fat Guys Pull Us. We want to thank every single one of you that is watching this live and every single one of you that's watching this as a past episode. We could not do this without you. We could literally be on the internet talking about this stuff live and nobody could be watching, and we'd probably still be doing it. But we love the fact that y'all are here enjoying we enjoy your company. And we want to know, again, if you're watching this as a past episode, let us know down in the comments. What was your pick of the week? And tell us why. We will catch you guys this Tuesday. We release our new Comic Book Day videos on Tuesday at 4:30 Central Standard Time. So be prepared for that. And then we will catch you guys again live this Sunday at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time to talk about our pulls for next week. And if you haven't already, and you're watching either Obi-Wan or Miss Marvel, we are now doing reviews of those shows. So make sure to go check that out here on YouTube. We've got episodes 1 through 5 for Obi-Wan currently up, and we have episodes 1 and 2 of Miss Marvel reviewed up on YouTube. So go check those out too. Make sure to consume all the fatty content. Okay, we want all that. We want all that up in your face right now. So go check that out. Obviously, go see those shows first before you watch the reviews. I mean, you could watch that and say, like, well, maybe I want to watch it now because they gave a really good review. But I would, in all fairness, you should go watch those shows and then watch our reviews. I think that's the best way to consume our content in that aspect. I think that's how most people do it. But anyway, we will catch you guys in the next one. And as always, fam, but yeah, hit the subscribe button. I know I've said that multiple times. Please do it. Hit the bell. Give us a like. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Be kind to one another. And as always, read more comics, fam. We'll see y'all later. Bye.
Stefan, you were right, by the way. That issue 3 is pretty good, besides the faces.
Yeah, no, you were all about that. Wasn't that your pick of the week?
I don't think so.
Yeah, you made me change the button. You picked something else, and then we didn't even have it in the show, and you picked it.
Right.
Bye, guys. We'll see you later.